Hi guys, Paul Pluta channel, Paul Pluta in the saddle, and today guys I'm doing paid reviews, and the first paid review I'm going to do is for Herman, and here we go, let's go here. Hi Archie. Oh, and just before I start, Herman, I'm wearing my IWC Ingenua, the Ingie. Okay, Herman says, hi Arch, I'm a subscriber to your YouTube channel. I've sent you $80 via PayPal for your YouTube advice. Please use Rudy as my name as an alias. Fuck! Okay, Rudy it is. I currently have the following collection. Please tell me your opinion in terms of long-term investment. Okay, number one, we've got a Rolex Oyster Perpetual Sea Dweller. This is a 1665. It gives me a case number, which basically doesn't mean terribly much to me, besides telling me it's from about 1977. It's using the caliber 1570. Number two, he's got a Rolex Sea Dweller 43mm. Ah, the new one. The ceramic new one. Number three, the Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon, vintage 1967, caliber 321. That's a, he tells me it's a 145012. Then he's got a Jaeger-LeCoultre 60th anniversary 1991 I should say, and a Patek Philippe perpetual calendar 5038. This is for Rudy. Okay, so please tell me your opinion in terms of long-term investment. Well, I think the double red Sea Dweller, providing it's real, because there's a lot of Frankenstein pieces out there, providing it's real McCoy, that's quite a valuable, very collectible, very cool watch. I think it's when you say, you know, investment potential, it depends what prices you've paid for it. Did you buy it at the low end? Did you buy it? You didn't really give me a lot to go on here, but look, I think that's a great piece, as generally speaking, because that's all I can do with the limited information you've given me. It can only give you general advice there. I think that's quite a reasonable piece. Nothing wrong with that piece at all. Very cool piece. It's a good piece. The Rolex Sea Dweller 43mm. That's the new ceramic, the new one, because that's the only 43mm Sea Dweller that's out there. I think long-term hold. All of these modern Rolexes, they're going for a premium. So, I mean, if you've bought it at retail, I don't see you're going to have much of a problem there. It is a very hot watch. People do love the 38. People have said, look, it's a fantastic watch. It does so much. It's not funny. It is a very interesting watch. What can I say? No, I think it is a good. Nothing wrong with that watch at all. Their long-term investment, I think it'll hold its own. The whole Rolex, the new Rolex market is fucking insane. I think instead of having a 43mm Sea Dweller, I think you might be better off to have some pre-ceramic, like a 16610, a 14060. I'd rather have a few of those than one 43mm ceramic. But it is a great watch, there's no question of that. I think it's, the potential is long-term wise. Look, I don't think it's still a current model. I don't think it'll be a terrible investment. I mean, it's one of these things. The bubble has to burst. I mean, prices are so crazy for new Rolex. what can one say? I mean, it's a difficult market. I mean, the interesting thing is, 10 years ago, I know a guy who sold an A serial number Sea Dweller to buy. He had to put money in to buy a PAM. I mean, that was a lousy investment. Now you get this much cheaper than an A serial number Sea Dweller, but no, it's not always just about the sale price at the end. It's also the enjoyment you get out of a particular piece. So I don't think it's a terrible piece to own. Will it go up a lot? I think the market is pretty fucking hot. Hard to say there, but a very good piece. Blue chip Rolex Steel Sports. You can't go wrong. The next piece is your Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon vintage 321 caliber. Look, it depends on, you know, the really valuable ones are original dial, original hands. That's what makes it really valuable. I think that's a great piece, long-term hold. I think that is a. I'd rather have the vintage Speedy than say a modern ceramic Sea Dweller. That's my view. I think that's a better investment. 321. That is the legendary Speedmaster movement. They are a lot more valuable than, you know, the 1861, the 861 movement pieces. So I think myself, fantastic piece to have. I think they're not becoming cheaper. Let's put it that way. They've got a lot of investment potential there. The 60th anniversary JLC. Yeah, that's I think the whole problem is that just the whole JLC brand is so damn soft. It is so damn soft there. This is the problem with JLC itself there. Very, 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 very soft. I mean, it is a great watch itself. The Jaeger-LeCoultre, you're talking about. You've been very, very vague in what you don't give me a lot of fucking information. I mean, fuck me dead. The 60th anniversary JLC, that's a Reverso. Very similar to the Reverso Grand Date I've got there. Came out 1991. It's got the power reserve, the sub-second at 6. It's a funky kind of watch there. You know, JLC is a very, very tricky brand. It's something you buy because you like it. I don't know whether it's something you buy as a great investment. JLC, incredibly soft. I mean, that's a gold piece. So I mean, if you would have put that money in 1991, I would have preferred to have put that into a Pepsi or a Coke GMT. That would have been the much wiser thing to do. I don't think it's a terrible watch. It's a Reverso, for God's sake. It's a Reverso. Nothing really wrong with that piece. However, nothing really fantastic. Nothing really fantastic either with that piece. I think that is the only that's the only problem, is that it's a very, very, very hard one there. You know, this is the whole problem with this sort of brand, is that it's soft. It's fucking soft. That's the problem. They're going for 15 US sort of mark there. Look, not enough are being sold to really give you. I think the limited edition run was about 500 pieces. 1991, they were the Reverso wasn't really kicking like it is now. look, I think it is a cool piece. Transparent back. Celebrated the Reverso from 1931 to 1991. 18K rose gold. I think it may have a bit of upshoot, but again, if you would have bought a Coke and a Pepsi, that would have been a much better investment. But hey, what can you say there? Then finally, your fifth choice is the Patek 5038. Now that's a fucking interesting reference. The 5038, normally when we're talking perpetual calendars, the classic is the 3940. The 5038 is very similar to the 5036 and the 5035. The 5035 was the first annual calendar from Patek. The 5036 was the they added the moon phase, and the 5038 had the same sort of case there. Look, I think it is a very, very nice Patek. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, what grand complication Patek Philippe is not wanted. It is a little bit of an acquired taste there. You didn't tell me what metal yours is in there. Having a look online, they're kind of around about the it's hard to tell there. They're somewhere between 40 and 60,000 US dollars. It's a good Patek. It's a good Patek. You can't argue with that. It's probably not, you know, the classic perpetual calendars is the 51 40 and the 3940. That's kind of the two. But there's nothing wrong with a 5038. It's an unusual Patek. It's a cool piece. I mean, hey, that is a fabulous piece there. Investment-wise, well, it's like any Pateks. Pateks do well. Pateks do well. Dress Pateks, not going as good as they used to as far as collectability goes. The Nautilus is where the money's gone crazy. So it is a hard thing to predict there. But I think that collection you've got is beautiful. I mean, as a collector myself, I look at that and say, wow, you got a double red 1665, beautiful. A modern Sea Dweller red writing, beautiful as well. You look at a Omega Speedmaster 321 movement piece, fantastic. That's the proper Speedmaster. The Jaeger-LeCoultre, that's a bit of an oddball thing to have. That is a precious metal, but the 60th anniversary, shit, that was so long ago. So long ago. Yeah, I think it's an interesting piece to see. I don't think it'll ever be super valuable, but they're not cheap. In the same token, they're not free. And the perpetual calendar 5038, I can't see that ever being cheap. I can tell you that. So I think they are good pieces. Are they the best? Well, I mean, look, you could look back in hindsight and say, instead of buying a 5038, if you got a Nautilus, you'd be laughing. But that's a hard thing to predict. I think it's a great Patek. I'd be honored to have that sort of Patek myself. I intend to add one chronograph to my collection. I am considering the following options. Please tell me your opinion on your preference in terms of long-term investment. See, I don't like that term, long-term investment. I mean, let's be completely honest here. You've kind of fucked up some of the long-term investment. They wouldn't be the long-term investments I would be taking, but they're cool pieces. I mean, long-term investment, I don't think that's why you buy these things, you know. Yeah, I don't think that's the right. I mean, look, if you are buying these things solely for long-term investment, you could look at your collection and say, geez, you fucked up that, you fucked up that, you fucked up that, but they're nice pieces. You look at them and I think, oh, what a lovely collection. So I think to say, look, I want to know long-term investment. I mean, I think that's not the right question you should be asking there. I think that is the wrong question. Yeah. I think you've kind of got that wrong. Long-term investment. You said the 1815. I think you said 1815 chrono rose gold. That's the Lange. That is amazing. I've got a good friend who's actually got the Lange 1815 chronograph. Amazing. The Lange datograph up down rose gold. That's another amazing Lange. Patek 5070 white gold. A Patek 5170 rose gold. For all options, is it better to have a black or white face? Ooh, look, just back the truck up. Back the truck up. This is, I gotta be honest with you, with those choices there, what do you fucking like? I mean, when you go and buy a dream watch, do you say, oh, I gotta buy black, gotta buy white? I think that's the wrong approach. That's the wrong kind of thing to say there. I think there is no black or white. Look, I really think all of those watches you've listed are amazing. They are absolutely amazing. There was no shadow of a doubt that they are fantastic pieces. I would say myself, see, I don't think that's you're saying what's the best investments. I mean, fuck, my best investment advice to you is don't put it in watches. If you were really so concerned about watches and so concerned about making the best investment, I mean, fuck, that's not the right attitude to have there. I mean, the problem is, okay, you can look at that list there and you could say, well, okay, out of the Langes, the 1815 or the datograph, I'd definitely go datograph. That's more expensive. You'd say, well, but when you compare them as pieces, they're both amazing. The 1815 is cheaper. It's cheaper. I would say that, in my opinion, you'd say, well, the datagraph's the better one. That's the more expensive one. And same when you're looking at the Pateks, the 5070 or the 5170. Well, the 5070 was the superseded model, and it was a really big case. Very, very, very collectible. Amazing piece. Is that going to be a better... Well, you're going to pay a lot more now for it. So obviously it will... You know... I honestly think with the type of money you have got there, Rudy, I would be saying, what piece do I love? That's the question. What piece can I get the best discount? What piece can I get good value? That's what I would be looking at. I think it's kind of silly to look at these things and say, well, hey, I want... What's the best investment? I mean... if you want the best investment, I'd probably say Daytona, Rolex Daytona, and a Patek Nautilus chronograph. That's what you would think now. That's what you'd say now is the best. You know, that's what the flavor of the month is. But I think when you buy these things because you really like them. You like them yourself. You don't buy them because, hey, these are going to be great investments. I mean, I look at your investment portfolio there. We could say, okay, this 1665 Sea Dweller, that's a great thing to have. Beautiful. The Sea Dweller 43 mil. I'd probably put my money, if you're making investment punts, I'd be going pre-ceramic GMT and pre-ceramic sub. I'd rather have two of those than 143 mil. The Omega 321, well, that is a good investment. That's a very good thing. The Jaeger-LeCoultre 60th anniversary, I don't think that is going to be special enough. I don't think the 60th anniversary is special enough to be worth an absolute mozza. Yes, it came out with fanfare and this. Yeah, I get it. But there's nothing really that special about that watch. The tribute to 1931, I think, was probably better executed than the one you've got. So does that mean it's probably not a great investment, but it's still a beautiful watch? I mean, fuck, that's the important thing. The 5038, that's kind of an oddball perpetual calendar. It's kind of oddball. But it's still a funky fucking thing. It's a cool thing. And I mean, that kind of question, what's the best in terms of long-term investment? Well, fuck, I don't think that's the right question to ask. You ask yourself, which one do you love? And if that one becomes very valuable, well, poo-bar to yourself. But I wouldn't be looking at what one is best investment. I mean, in 20 years' time, will your prick still work? And will it matter which one you pick the right one? It's worth 5,000 more than the other. Does it really matter? As for black or white, what one sings to you? Which one do you like? You look at it and say, geez, I like that. That's what I'd be doing. Personally, I'd stop dicking around. I'd buy a beautiful 5170 in whatever metal I could get a really good deal on. That's what I'd be doing. So, hey, it's a great honor to review your collection, Rudy. Thank you. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to shine sunshine up your ass and tell you it's wonderful and that when you're asking dicky questions. I'm just going to tell you the truth. So there you go, Paul Pluta channel. Don't forget, paid reviews, $50 US. Like, subscribe, and tell your fuckhead friends.
You know, the poor pontiff. He struggles to eat all those reef and beefs to meet the demand that is placed upon him. It's not easy being an international YouTube celebrity. He's given us everything he has to give, and he might have hit rock bottom. But hey, let's take a look at where he's going now and what he's going to do next.
Hi guys, ArchieLuxury Corporate, the latest YouTube ArchieLuxury sensation. Well guys, what's happened? Well, I'm starting a clean, fresh channel. That's right, this is ArchieLuxury Corporate. And in this channel here, I want to increase the professionalism. I want to increase the professionalism of the ArchieLuxury channel.
So, obviously, it's going to be a wild success. You can tell already everything is new, different, and changed. So, hey, meet me over at the ArchieLuxury Corporate channel. Archibald Chesterfield III Corporate, a man desperately in need of our assistance and support, now more than ever. Have you been sending money abroad for Save the Children to some child in a third world country? Or have you adopted a puppy and been making payments to keep that puppy in a shelter? Well, I think it's time that you thought about this puppy right here, the man, the legend, the myth. He needs your help. I would say cancel everything and get on his Patreon. Or at least join me over at ArchieLuxury Corporate. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments.